In this lesson, we'll explore Address Resolution Protocol, ARP, a fundamental networking protocol that enables communication between devices on a local network. ARP is responsible for mapping an IPv4 address to its corresponding MAC, Media Access Control address. While applications and users communicate using IP addresses, devices on a local Ethernet network actually exchange data using MAC addresses. ARP bridges this gap by allowing a device to discover the MAC address associated with a known IP address. How ARP works. Imagine a local network containing 4 computers connected through a switch, host A192.16801, host B192.16802, host C192.16803, host D192.16804. Suppose host A wants to send data to host D. A already knows host D's IP address. It cannot send an Ethernet frame until it knows host D's MAC address. Since switches operate at layer 2 of the OSI model, they forward frames based on MAC addresses, not IP addresses. To discover the missing MAC address, host A uses ARP. The ARP request and reply process, host A, broadcasts an ARP request across the local network asking, "Who has IP address 192.168.0.4? Please tell me your MAC address." This request is sent to the Ethernet broadcast MAC address, FF. Because it is a broadcast frame, the switch forward. Each device examines the request. Host B compares the target IP with its own, finds no match, and discards the request. Host C does the same. Host D recognizes that the requested IP matches its own address. Host D then sends a Unicast ARP reply directly to host A containing its MAC address. Once host A receives the reply, it stores the IP to MAC mapping in its ARP cache. On Windows, you can inspect the ARP cache by opening PowerShell or Command Prompt and running ARP-A.
The output displays 3 important pieces of information: the IP address, the physical MAC address, and the entry type, which can be either dynamic or static. Dynamic entries are created automatically when your computer learns a device's MAC address through the ARP process. Static entries are configured manually and remain unchanged until they are removed. Some special entries are also reserved for broadcast and multicast communication. If you delete an ARP entry, the next time your computer communicates with that IP address, it will automatically send a new ARP request to discover the MAC address again. In the next video, we'll perform a hands-on lab to see the ARP request and reply process in action, helping you understand exactly how ARP works on a real network.